All right, without further ado, let us start with the slides, if they will start. Yay, come on, slides. Okay, here we go. What is, going back. What is hyaluronic acid? Now, hopefully you can read this, but if you can't, that's okay. I'm going to read it for you. I came up with these slides, like I did them all, so it's not like I was given something and I'm just reading it. I actually worked with this, and basically hyaluronic acid is actually found in your body naturally. You can also call it HA. And it is a magnet for moisture. Really, I want to say hydration, because we use these words moisture and hydration interchangeably, but really it's hydration. Think water. And because I actually think of moisture like lipids, like fats, and you need both. Your body needs both for your skin, for just your cells. But when you think about HA or hyaluronic acid, it is all about hydration and attracting hydration. So it helps your cells retain as much as possible so that you're plump and healthy and hydrated. And I think about, I don't know if you've ever seen, well, a prune versus a plum. If you've ever taken like a prune or a raisin and you've actually hydrated and it's plumped back up, that's kind of how it is when you add, you know, hydration to something. Is it's going to plump back up. And that's what we want in our skin as we age, because we start to lose that. And I'll show you in a minute. And half of your body is actually, well, half of, hang on, there's a question. Oh, I love Forever HA. That wasn't a question. Fantastic. Okay, so half of the hyaluronic acid in your body is actually in your skin, but it's also, I think it's in your eyes and places like that as well, because that's also places that you need a lot of hydration. So moving on. So where is it in your skin, exactly where half of it is found? Well, we've got two graphs here. This is one I use a lot in my trainings, but one is your younger skin, and then what happens to your skin as it ages. And right there, you've got your three layers of your skin: your hypodermis, which is the fatty, you know, layer, then your dermis, which is the middle layer, and the epidermis, which is the top layer. And there's lots of little teeny layers in the midst of all that, but this is the very basic of skin science. So in the middle, in your dermis, you've got a lot of different things. You have things like fibroblasts, and these fibroblasts create elastin, or elastic fiber, but elastin or collagen. Those are both proteins, and those are like the structure of the skin. I like to think of collagen like the scaffolding of the skin and what kind of keeps it together. And elastin, or elastic fiber, is like a rubber band almost, and it's like what helps it snap back. But all surrounding this are these sugar polysaccharides, are these molecules called hyaluronic acid. And I think we get a little bent out of shape because they use the word acid, and it's not like what you think of when you think of acid. It's, like I said, it's a sugar molecule, and these sugar molecules attract water and they attract hydration. But if you can look at both things, you can, if you start to look, you'll see there's a breakdown. And as you age, your elastin, your collagen, your hyaluronic acid, your fibroblast activity that creates the elastin and collagen, all that begin to break down as you age. And this is due to normal chronological aging, but it also can be sped up when you have a lot of stressors. And this can be everything from a lot of sun damage to smoke, to stress in general, to lack of sleep, to poor diet. So you can speed up, in a not good way, your aging process, but you can also slow it down, and you can also put the brakes on. And what I love topically about hyaluronic acid is that you can apply it. I mean, actually, you can, there's a lot of things you can do with hyaluronic acid. I actually use it for voiceovers. I do voiceovers, and I actually do like a nebulizer, and I have special hyaluronic acid because it coats and hydrates the throat. So yeah, so there's a lot of really amazing things, but what I love about hyaluronic acid is that you can actually topically apply it to promote hydration in your own skin. So let's move on. Okay, so when hyaluronic acid is topically applied, like we just mentioned, there's several things that happen. It helps to hydrate, what we were talking about, and maintain hydration. It's called what you call a humectant. Aloe is actually a humectant as well, but basically what a humectant is a substance used to reduce the loss of moisture. And a humectant is like a sponge. That's really how I like to think of it. It just goes, let me get and draw in and soak in hydration. So that's what hyaluronic acid is. It's in your skin. It's going to help have that hydration, but as a topical ingredient, it is a humectant, and it's going to draw in. And in fact, Hyaluronic acid in general holds 1,000 times its weight in water. 1,000 times its weight in water. And those little sugar molecules to keep the skin hydrated, protect it from environmental damage. So not only does it, have that hydration, but it's also going to protect you as well from those stressors to help reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. And it's critical that you maintain hydration. It really is. I mean, and when your skin just feels dry and dehydrated. But what happens is it may not just feel that way, but it's actually doing things to your cells when your skin is dehydrated. When your cells are dehydrated, it's going to start to break down and promote aging, really. And as I mentioned before, through UV exposure, through pollution, through all kinds of stressors. So let's go on. So who is hyaluronic acid for? Everybody. The reason is because it's not an oil. It's not a moisturizer. It is hydration. And I love to talk about this with my kids. In fact, just a little side note. So I go downstairs a few minutes ago and they're watching a movie. I have 2 teenagers, 15 and a 17-year-old. And when we were on holiday, actually, both my son and my husband fell in love with the biocellulose mask, which has hyaluronic acid. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And I go down there and both my daughter and my son, my teenagers, are watching a movie with the masks on, and they both have teenage skin, which is a lot more oily for many teenagers. And so very interesting because hydration is needed for all skin types, and even oily skin can get dry patches and get tight. And you can feel it when it's tight, when it's rough, when it feels red or dull or flaky. And then of course, as you age, your skin gets naturally drier because all these things begin to break down naturally, and you begin your body's own process of making these things slows down. And then of course, if you've got hormonal fluctuations or stress or pollutions or medications or, even illnesses or whatever, they can promote dry skin as well. So dry skin or dry patches even, because if you have oily skin, it tends to be in dry patches, not like all over, are concerns for any skin type. So that's what I love about hyaluronic acid is it doesn't matter what skin type you have. Every skin type needs hydration. And you can use it every single day because it doesn't strip the skin. In fact, it just adds to the skin and it delivers gentle hydration where you need it most for when you need it most. I would also say it's best, and this is through just research, hyaluronic acid is best when you layer it. So when you layer it with more hyaluronic acid, it's best because it's going to really be power packed. And that's what I love about our new hydrating serum is it's got 4 different types. So you're actually layering in the hyaluronic acid to really promote hydration. So let's go to our next one, which is our, sorry. Okay, our next one is our products that we're going to highlight. Now we actually have hyaluronic acid in all of our moisturizers used for the face, including like our Aloe Deep Moisturizing, like our old Aloe moisturizer that we still are, our classic one, but also our 2 new moisturizers. But that's just one of many ingredients, and that's combined with a lot of lipids, which are those, which like I said, is a moisturizer, which are those fats. These products, however, are really focused a lot more on the hyaluronic acid. So we're going to go through them. We've got our aloe, I'm sorry, that's supposed to be our toner. That's our toner, not our aloe activator. So disregard that one. Toner. Sorry, I came up with these slides, so that would be my fault. So toner, ignore aloe activator because it's not an aloe activator. All right, hydrating serum, our Infinite By Forever firming serum, and then our aloe biocellulose mask. Okay. Let's talk about serums because we have 2 now, 2 serums in our skincare. And I'm so excited. I'm hoping, because our first serum is now award winning in our Pure Beauty Awards. It won an award. And I really am hoping as we submit, because our hydrating serum is a new product, that this would also get some award. And then if you haven't heard, our biocellulose mask actually just won a very prestigious award. It won a silver in the Pure, what is that called? The Green Beauty Awards. That's what it was called, the Green Beauty Awards. I think it was up against like 300 worldwide products along the same lines, and they got a silver, which is really amazing. And it's all about being an eco-friendly product because the biocellulose mask, which is one of my favorite, is a very eco-friendly. But back to serums. What is a serum? Because we've got 2 of them, and what are they used for? So let me move my little me up here so we can see this. Okay, so what is a serum? Basically, serums are power-packed with a lot less ingredients, but a lot more of those ingredients. So you have like more concentrated, a lot more of just a fewer amount of ingredients to go deeper into the skin. Okay, the other thing is that they are smaller molecules, so they can go deep into the skin and deliver this high concentration of active ingredients. So it's really good for targeted concerns, and that's why we've got 2 serums, and there's a lot of serums out there on the market, and they just all have different roles and different things, but so we've got our 2 different ones, which we'll talk about in a minute, and their differences, but they're all about targeting skincare concerns, such as wrinkles and fine lines, or dry patches, or brightness, or skin tone and texture, unbalanced areas, or even anti-aging, which is our firming serum is all about. So our serums, however, have a high amount of aloe. And aloe, of course, with all the wonderful benefits, if you've ever heard me in any of the teachings, I mean, aloe's got amazing benefits, not just drinking it, which I believe also is beneficial to the skin, but also topically. Aloe, I'm so sold on aloe. Like aloe, and aloe is usually one of the top ingredients in all of our skincare products. But aloe is amazing, you know, it's a humectant as well. It helps to balance the skin. It's an adaptogen. So an adaptogen is a plant that helps whatever it's, you know, helps whatever organ it's placed in, or you drink it or take it, whatever, to balance itself out, to normalize itself. And so it's an adaptogenic plant, and then also has a lot of nutrients. So your skin needs nutrients, and that's why we like to apply topically. So it has a high amount of aloe, but this aloe will work in tandem with the serum ingredients to really uplift and be synergy for one another. Let me just see, there's a question. Does a humectant only get water from our diet or from elsewhere? Well, humectant is a topical product. So humectant is actually getting the water from, it's drawing water from our topical ingredients. So, and then hydration from our topical ingredients. So that's what a humectant is. It's a topical product that will soak in and draw in hydration as you need it. Okay, so anyhow, yeah, and also with the lignin properties, which also aloe has, lignins are what you call carriers, and they carry ingredients deeper than what they could go by themselves. So all of our serums have aloe with these lignins, so it's going to take things like peptides, or it's going to take things like the hyaluronic acid, and it's just going to go deeper into the skin than what those ingredients by themselves could do. So for this reason, it's not meant to be your moisturizer, because moisturizers have the fatty acids that your body needs, the right types of fatty acids for your skin type. And I think when you think about skincare, moisturizers are where you're going to find the difference in our skincare line. Everything else is pretty darn interchangeable, just fantastic. But the moisturizers are going to be really for what, do you have dry skin? Do you have combination skin? Do you have oily skin? Do you need more? Do you need less? So a serum, however, can be used with both of our serums, at least, can be used for all skin types because they don't have the oils in it. But you need oils and you need the moisturizer. And so a serum is put on before a moisturizer. Okay, let's see. Any other? All right, fantastic. Let's go on to our next one. Okay, so first product, one of my favorites, I use this every single day, twice a day actually, is a firming serum. And it is fantastic. Like I said, it's an award-winning serum, and I think that's something to remember whenever you talk about it, to say it's an award-winning serum, because that was a hard award to get, and it just shows you the premium type of product that this is. So here's a couple of things about this serum. One is it's got peptides in it, our patented peptides. What are peptides? Peptides are actually found naturally in the skin as well. They go along with basically collagen, what I talked about earlier. When collagen breaks down, it's a protein, and when it breaks down, it turns into peptides. But peptides also turn into collagen. It's kind of like a little cycle, because peptides are amino acids. It's like 3, 4, 5 amino acids. This is a tripeptide that we've created. So it's a 3-chain peptide. And basically what peptides do is they promote your own body's making of collagen. So the little analogy I use, because I am obviously from America, though I'm an American Brit, I've got, you know, both. But I am originally from America. I went to high school in America, and I went to, if you ever saw High School Musical, that was my high school basically, without the singing and dancing in the halls. I mean, really, we were the Wildcats. We were this huge school, and near Dallas. We were actually near some of the plantations, the aloe